Let's talk a little bit about something you can do with the Antares sphere, especially if you're starting in the morning and you're preparing yourself for the day. Let me tell you a little bit about what I do or what I experience, and maybe this is useful to you. But first thing we're going to do is set an Antares sphere of oneness around ourselves. So we do this as described in some of the other conversations. We ask for an Antares sphere of oneness to be placed around and through us. We ask for an Antares sphere of oneness to be placed around and through us. We ask for an Antares sphere of oneness to be placed around and through us. And we give it a little bit of time to build up. And while that's happening, we can touch base on our intent. And our intent is that we dedicate ourselves to being in alignment and harmony with oneness. We dedicate ourselves to changing whatever it is that's within us that holds us back. We run this energy around ourselves, and as it's running and building up, what I want to touch base on is, what's my feeling right now in this moment. Maybe this is a day where it feels like I'm holding on to some sadness. Maybe it feels like there's some anxiety there. Whatever the feeling is, I want to bring it up and be aware of it and focus on it. Bring it into my consciousness. Because whatever it is that's there, I don't want to ignore it. I want to transform it. Whatever it is that's there is something that's part of me. It's coming up, and it's in me today and coming up for a reason. So I'm going to let it go. And I know that, say, for instance, for me today, the feeling I have is something like disappointment. Disappointment in not being everything I could be today, not being at the frequency I sometimes am today, just sort of not being where I imagine I could be. And for me, that's a pattern, a pattern I've been carrying around for most of my life. And that feeling of not being there where I need to be, or not accomplishing what I need to accomplish. What I'm doing now is just letting that come forth and bringing it into the Antares sphere of oneness with me. And I'm using the energy that I get from the sphere to help dissolve this and transform it. And that may be what's coming up for this day, but another day something else comes up. Another day something else comes up. It's just whatever it is that comes up that's part of me, that isn't in alignment and harmony with oneness. I'm going to bring that up and let it be. I'm going to identify it. I'm going to feel it. And I'm going to bring it up for transformation. Because when I'm in the Antares sphere of oneness, I know that I'm bringing myself into a different state of being. I'm bringing myself into a place of neutrality with all of these things. I bring myself into alignment with neutrality so that I have the freedom to feel everything. So I have the freedom to be whatever I need to be. Release these patterns and release these old feelings. And let it move into a different state. Let it shift. So I can feel now that it's shifting into something else. First I felt it sort of low in front of me, and now I'm feeling it higher behind me. And any of these feelings could take on any shape or location like that. And that's not the point. The point is that they're in transformation. And with whatever they are, I accept them as what I'm feeling. I let them develop through the Antares sphere of oneness, and let the sphere do the work of transforming them into something else, something that's going to feel much more neutral. So for you, it can be whatever it is that you need to bring up, whatever it is that in any particular day is what you're feeling, where you are, where are you in this day, to let yourself feel it, to really embrace it, and then to use the Antares sphere to transform it into neutrality. And once it takes a little while sometimes. Maybe some issues take a lot longer than others. Maybe some I just really get a start on, they're going to continue another day. But after doing this, I'm in a different place. Wherever it was I started, I'm not in that place anymore. And my day will be different from this point forward. I'll respond differently. I'll be in a different place. And that's something I really, really long for. Yeah, I think I'm a lot happier now. So, yeah, this has worked for me. I've shifted this. Okay. For this piece of work, I feel complete now. And it didn't take any longer than that to change something that would normally have seemed unchangeable. You know how we all often start the day and we have a certain feeling about it, and we have a certain feeling about ourselves, and that's our starting point. And you make that the grounding for your day. And what we're doing here is changing that. Okay. Light and love.